Hey everyone, it's Jen. This is an episode of the Body Mind Movement podcast. I don't know what season and I don't know what episode, so I'm not even going to pretend to tell you. As some of you might know, my most recent book, Spinal Intelligence, just came out last week. Yay, it's always so exciting when those projects are completed. And someone already received it, the print version, and she sent me this great message. So I thought I would hop on here and answer her question because I think other people might have the same question. And what she asked, I'm going to read it. Hi, Jen, loving your new book so far. Question for you if you have time to answer. I sometimes get the question, is Pilates strength training? I know that I'm absolutely helping my students feel stronger and get through their daily tasks with more ease, as you said, helping to improve coordination, awareness, mapping, connection between the parts. But without utilizing strength training principles and not necessarily prioritizing progressive overload, I never quite know how to answer that question. This is an excellent question. And it's an excellent question because I think people are often confused about what it means to actually physiologically get stronger. And what I told her, and I can actually read my response since I actually answered this in a thoughtful way, was Pilates isn't strength training, but it has so many other benefits. And this is the truth and the crux of the situation. It's the same with yoga. Yoga isn't strength training, but it has so many other benefits. In fact, one of the reasons I stopped going to yoga was because many of the classes that I had previously attended were trying to blend in calisthenics movements. And I already had a strength based practice that involved progressively overloading my system to do calisthenics types movements. I didn't need them in yoga class. I was going to yoga for a different reason. And her response to me was that she was really glad to hear me say that because there's a trend in the Pilates world right now where people are trying to use Pilates to also be strength training. Here's the thing. Pilates doesn't have to be strength training, just like yoga doesn't have to be strength training. You can have a strength-based practice, and you can also have a practice that is slower, that gives you time to focus and really feel maybe internally connected. They complement each other so well. And it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, everybody gains a lot of benefits from having a strength-based practice that is solely focused on building strength. And the reason solely focusing on building strength is so important is because strength is what supports your bones, it's what supports your structure, it's what makes you feel a little less vulnerable physiologically and psychologically. So strength has this huge important component to it. And if you read the book and if you've listened to this podcast, you know, or if you've read my blogs, you know that at some point you don't need to keep chasing strength. At some point you get enough strength for you to do what you want to do, then you just need to maintain the strength, which is a great place to be because maintenance is so much easier than constantly trying to get better and better and better and better and push heavier and heavier numbers. So that part's really important. But it's also such a wonderful thing to feel a different type of connection with your body, which is what body awareness exercises do, like Pilates, like yoga. They allow you to shift into a different part of your brain, which is great and so valuable. I have seen a lot of clients make incredible progress as soon as they add in 1 day a week of Pilates, yoga, or meditation. These types of modalities have such a profound impact on the whole being that they're a complement, they're not taking away from. And similarly, someone who's going to Pilates very regularly and they're improving at the Pilates skills, if they add in 1 day a week of strength training, it's going to make their Pilates practice so much stronger, which is great. The skills that they're trying to acquire are going to suddenly become easier. So I hope what you take away from this is that one's not better than the other, and let the thing be the thing. They don't, we don't need strength training to also be all of the things that Pilates and yoga achieve. And we don't need yoga and Pilates to be strength training. These practices are so much better when they're developed in a way that they're not trying to be everything. And they feel so much better in the body. So that is my lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you haven't bought the book, you should totally do that. You can find it on my website, jenpilates.com, or you can find it on Amazon. And until next time, hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. I know I've kind of fallen off my podcast game. All right. Thank you.